Hey everyone. So Amit, since we are a global organization and we are working in multiple time zones. I have this curiosity and wanted to know how a typical day in your life looks like. Like when do you start your day and like what happens throughout the day?
Yeah, my day starts at 5:45, with coffee, um, and the first call at 6 a.m. every day.
Mm. Wow.
Um, and I would say that, pretty much
Mm.
there just aren't enough hours in a day. So I think we have about, I'd say about 15-hour days usually.
Mm.
6 to 6 is pretty common. And then a
Yeah,
couple of
that's
hours,
mm.
you know, in the evenings or, whenever else. Not 15 hours, maybe 13, 14 hours, usual days.
Mm. Do you get some time off in your afternoon or something like that, or is this like continuous from
No, I
six to
would,
nine or six?
there's a lunch break and whatever.
Mm.
But
Yeah, yeah,
it's pretty back to back usually. It's
back to
what
back. Mm.
we um, have all kind of tuned ourselves into these days, right? It's sort of
Yeah.
you know there is no separation between work and life in that sense anymore,
Mm. Mm.
right? And I mean, I also don't think about it in those terms.
Mm.
You either want to do something or you don't. There's no like, here's what I'm doing here, and then there's just nothing like that in my world. It's just, if something's worth doing, just do it. I mean, there's no like
Mm.
qualifications and you know these whatever these notions of how you should do it and all that stuff. It's just not there. And I
Is
think
there
in general,
any? Mm. Yeah.
most companies
Go ahead.
are global these days, right? Like out of the gate,
Yeah.
you have an
Mm.
opportunity to be global, and that's a
Mm.
choice that you can make. Many
Yeah.
people think it's very difficult to do multiple countries or whatever at a time, and it
Mm.
is. Everything is tough. Nothing is
Mm.
easy, but I think that you can make anything possible. You know, and it's just a question of wanting to do it and then doing it.
Yeah, definitely. What would you say would be like the biggest challenge with going global, working with different time zones?
Just your flexibility to work
Mm.
with people at odd hours.
Mm.
Being available at 6 in the morning and being available at 6 in the evening and at 9 or 10 at night.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm.
that's what you need. There's always somebody to talk to somewhere. You know,
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
so it's
At
that
any
simple.
given point of time.
If you want to do
Mm.
big things,
Mm.
you cannot only work smart. You have to work smart. That's a given. You can't work stupid, right?
Yeah.
But you also got
Yeah.
to put in a lot of work. So it's both
Mm.
hours and work smart.
Mm.
It's not some people who come and say, oh, yeah, you just have to work smart. You got to work
Yeah.
smart.
Smart.
You also
Yeah.
got to work like 60, 80 hours a week because it's not going to happen otherwise. And if you're
Mm.
not putting in that kind of time, it's because you're
Mm.
not really engaged in it. It's because you want a, very balanced something else. You don't want this number one thing. It's that
Yeah.
simple. Either
Mm.
you want something with everything you got or you don't. It's that simple.
Yeah.
It's quite evident, which it is.
Yeah, and with entrepreneurship, I think it kinds of demand your full attention, your full potential. You have to give all in, and like if you decide to be an entrepreneur, this is what you should expect.
It's like burning all your bridges, right? In the sense
Yeah,
that you're
burning all it.
making an
Hmm.
advance,
Hmm.
and there's no going back.
Yeah, there's no going back.
That's it.
Definitely.
There's only the
Hmm.
forward way,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and no taking no prisoners in the sense that there's no like, uh, you know, it's not a question of compromise, but it's not a question. It's a question of, not changing only because things aren't, you know, going your way. You have to make it
Hmm.
happen.
Okay.
As long as you have
Hmm.
clarity on what you're doing,
Hmm.
it takes time for
Hmm.
people to see it. Simply, asking the market for what they want and all that nonsense. That's just
Hmm.
not, anything new or innovative, or nothing new is going to come out in that way,
Hmm.
right? You got to,
Yeah.
like, innovation comes from within. It comes from understanding and connecting the
Hmm.
dots. And once you've
Hmm.
connected the dots, then you
Hmm.
got to push your way through to making people see it. And then if they don't see it, you just do it. You show them
Yeah.
that they're missing out.
Hmm.
They'll come and join you after the fact, after they've made fun and they've said nothing is going to happen and all those negative stuff, which you basically ignore because that's stupid, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So
And
it's
with this busy day, with this like putting in your hours, how do you take out time to? I have seen you write a lot. You have content all over the internet, written in various formats, various places. Is it comes naturally, or do you have to take out like specific time for writing stuff, or putting in effort in like some reading or things that you want to do, or you want to learn?
I don't put in effort as such, it's not effort. It's just part of, what one does. It's a natural process,
It's a natural process. Okay.
Because it kind of clarifies your thinking and it's just sort of a way to, put stuff out there, So it's just sort of a natural side effect of,
Yeah.
of thinking and creating and that, I don't know if I'm very good at writing, but I'm certainly, I can write. So, that's,
No,
it
but
never bothers me, right? Like I don't write for others. I don't care if nobody reads it. I literally don't care if 2 people read a book that I wrote because it's not for anybody. It's written for me.
Okay. So writing gives you a clarity in your own thought process. It gives you a clarity in like what direction you're going in, and what you want to achieve, or what you want to get.
In a way, maybe, writing just lets you express what's in your head, right?
Yeah.
See, I think there are 2 kinds of business people, right? Those that are clear about what has to be done already from the beginning, and those that are kind of trying to figure it out. Both exist, and majority are trying to figure it out. And you do have to figure things out, there's no doubt, but you got to start with clarity.
Yeah.
Right? If you're going to start with just a confused mind, seems like a poor, set of tools.
Yeah.
Right. So you got to start with clear thinking, so to speak, clear vision for what can be and should be and how it will work, which is a very, instantaneous flash of clarity, right? There's no other evolution from that point. From that point, it's only an evolution of trying to make it work in the perfect way that you thought about it, which is always so-called compromise, right? But if you don't have any clarity, then there is neither compromise nor any, vision, nothing. Simply something is happening and you're reacting to it and then telling everybody how it's done. Nonsense.
Yeah. You have to start with a vision. You have to start with the clarity that this is what you want to do. You might sort of explore on the implementation part, maybe. Like sometimes some things might turn out and not turn out.
Yeah,
the how.
The how is flexible. The why, the what, the where, everything. The why is clear. What is the end point, right? Why do you want to do something? And then, what is it going to be down the line? The how is just the journey.
Yeah.
Right. But you're not confused about, why or what or where and all these things. Only the how is confusing or is not clear.
Yeah.
Whereas most people don't have any idea what they're going to build even. Oh, I'm looking for product market fit. Then why are you start there? I mean, it's like,
Yeah, I totally get your point. And this happens with a lot of people. This is not like something uncommon. This is highly, and it kills a lot of organization or people who want to start up because they were not clear since the beginning. They're just looking for things and then figuring out what
wanting to be an entrepreneur is not anything. Wanting to build something, having a creative spark about entrepreneurship is what other people call it. You don't call it that. I don't call it that. It's not like I'm like, oh, I'm an entrepreneur. Nobody cares. Who are you saying that to? It's a solo journey. It's entrepreneurship, no matter whether it's a team thing and this and that. Ultimately, each person has to do whatever it takes without any labels. No one cares what you call it. No one else can call it what it is. And you shouldn't care what other people call it.
Yeah.
It's not like something special. It's just that, it's a label. It has no meaning, and also that, if you're going to do something, then make sure that it's worthy doing, right? It's worthy of your time and effort, and it's worth making a big impact, right? Like there's no point in building a pizza company if you can transform the pizza industry,
Yeah. That totally, that totally makes sense.
And make a big impact. Why would you not do that?
Right. Yeah.
So you got to think in terms of leverage.
That'll keep you. Yeah, that's the why that'll keep you going. Otherwise, like if you're stuck, then the journey will be very difficult.
The journey is always difficult, and the reason it's difficult is because one doesn't, one is not all in usually. One's always hedging their bets. I can do this, and I can also do that, and then these are the fallbacks, and then this is the plan B, and it's just like there's no plan A, there's no plan as such. There's just like plan Bs and Cs. There's no need for a plan. Burn all plans and start working. Go get some value produced. Get one person to give you $1, $1. Just $1. You don't have to talk about other things. Where's that first dollar?
Yeah.
All this stuff. Where's that first $1? Just $1. I mean, even the guy down the street in India who's selling, on a small street corner is making dollars every day. $100 a day.
Yes. Yeah, he does.
Right? Where's your $1? Simply talking about all this fancy stuff, Entrepreneurship is on the street corners in India or anywhere else. You go to Mexico, you'll see people, with their kids walking on the street and performing, and the children are with them. The son, is with the guy, and he's like, doing things, and there's no. It is what it is. You do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
That's entrepreneurship. That's putting yourself out there. Can people claim to do that? They barely have, there is stealth mode. They don't want to tell you what it is. It's a joke. It's a shit show. People don't know anything about what's going on in the world, and they just want to. It's a fad. You can see now half the people are going to implode. And people ask questions like, "What's your runway?" Runway is based on somebody else's money. What runway? What runway are you talking about? If somebody doesn't give you money, you're going to close and go home. Who are you doing this for? I mean, it's a joke.
Yeah, that's true.
So either you have an idea which is clear and you have a vision that drives you, or it evidently doesn't.
Yeah.
There are two ways about it. And it's action.
There's no.
It's not confusing. And so that's really what it is. It's a blatant disregard for labels and talking and discussions and ideas and ways of doing things and all this nonsense. Just action. Fast learning, fast fail, moving forward, making new things, co-creating with others, making things better every day.
Thanks, Amit. Thanks so much for an enlightening conversation. And I think with globalization, with companies being more like working in multiple time zones, this is something that is going to be very useful in what to expect now and in future, because this is definitely going to expand. It's not something that's going to go down. So
yes.
Thanks so much for shedding a light on how a day looks like and what to expect.
No worries. Thank you.